Alright, so I'm filming this on my phone because I really don't feel like dealing with my computer and Sony Vegas and OBS and all that right now, so hopefully this is alright. I wanted to come on here and announce, let me get that cool light in frame, there we go. I wanted to announce a new podcast I'm going to be doing on this channel, and it'll have better production value than this, don't worry, but I was waiting somewhere the other day, and I had a lot of time on my hands, and so I remember I have this playlist on this channel called like homemade feature-length films hour plus, and it's sort of a collection of a type of film that I'm very obsessed with, and that is no budget. A lot of people call it no budget cinema. It's stuff made by people, just with their friends, maybe on their phone or with the camera they own in their town. No production company, no investors, very little money involved, right? And just one second, I watched two films. I watched Dax Flame's Making YouTube, which is the really interesting one because it's like a proper biopic of the three founders of YouTube, and it was a really fascinating movie, and pretty well made. And there's a lot of resources in that film that I think a lot of people would not have, even making movies at a similar level, similar skill set. There's a lot of resources that Dax is very lucky to have, and connections that he's very lucky to have, as well as the other movie I watched was the pretty long hour and 40-minute Video Carnage by Doomed Productions, and that's actually an amazing movie. Just on any measure, like I would not have been mad if I had seen that in a theater or something. Now, there's a few things about it that don't quite match like proper movie quality that you'd get on from a proper release, but it's very nitpicky stuff. Like there's just very few qualities about it that don't quite match the polish that we're used to seeing on television or in the movie theater. Other than that, though, it's just a good movie all around, and I was really impressed by it. And it reminded, and I think watching these movies just reminded me of my aspirations for making similar films in this sort of similar range of budget and time and resources and passion. And if you look at the previous upload on this channel, it's a film called Night Out. It's about 17 minutes. It's 17 minutes exact, actually. And that was a movie that I filmed during the Oscars, during Joel Haver's Make a Movie During the Oscars challenge. And it's a movie that's very special to me because it's sort of about, that balance between consuming media and then wanting to create it as your own, and making a movie that sort of conveys that feeling was very special to me. And it turned out really excellent, and I'm very proud of it. And I've actually gotten some pretty positive reception to it, which means a lot to me. And but it reminded me that I myself am I consider myself like a pretty. I think about Joel Haver a lot. However, I haven't really seen a lot of his major work. Like I've only seen one of his movies. That was Drowning in Potential with Dax Flame, and I watched with my friends. But we talked over the whole thing. I had a fun time doing it, and I could appreciate the movie, but of course it was mostly wasn't our main focus while watching it. And I've seen a lot of his shorts, but I haven't seen everything. I think he's made so much stuff. It's like, how could you, But I'm not like a. I guess it's weird because I really admire Joel Haver a lot as a filmmaker. And I listen, and the most Joel Haver stuff that I consume is listening to him talk about movies on his second channel. But his main creations, his films, I just have not seen very much of. And when it comes to this no-budget filmmaking, he far from the person who invented it, and he's far from the only person who does it. But he's sort of like the main voice of it right now. He's kind of like the weird example. Like he's like the Tony Hawk of underground filmmaking, because he may not have invented it. He may not be the only person who does it, but he's sort of like the face of it, and he's a godfather for it. So it's just when people think of those films, the most prolific name in that type of movie is Joel Haver right now, and that's why I'm coming on here and make this video to announce that this new podcast I'm going to be making is a show where I discuss every single one of Joel Haver's movies in release order. Now, sorry, I have a bit of a runny nose. Sorry if I seem or look gross in this video. But, and it won't be all Joel Haver films. There are a lot. I have almost a collection of 100. The playlist on this channel, as of right now, is like, I think, 98 hour-long plus feature-length films made for no money by people like me with their local resources and very little money. And a lot of them are good films. Of course, you got like a Joel Haver, Cody Clark, Doomed Productions. Those are like the big ones. There's some other ones, but those are the ones I can name off the top of my head. And there's even some of them on that list that are have a similar release and a similar aura about them, but of course they were never they weren't put straight to YouTube. They're usually on a different website. Like the Brad Jones's movies are on there, like the Cinema Snob, who made Game Boys and Freak Out. Those movies have YouTube uploads now. They used to not always have YouTube uploads, so I include those movies on that because they're in a very similar spirit, but they're not technically straight to YouTube, like the title of the playlist implies. But those are the only exceptions so far. But once I'm done with Joel Haver's movies, and this will include his 12 movies in 12 months stuff, which I'm really excited to get to, even though it's going to be a while before I can do that. It is, once I'm done with his movies, or maybe even in between his movies, if I get bored of them, or need to shake it up a bit, I will be looking at other movies that are on that playlist, or movies made by, on a similar scale, by similar people, like Cody Clark, and so on and so forth. And I am about to go watch, I just blanked on the name. No, it's not called Finding Sasquatch. What is Joel's first movie? Oh, this is going to drive me insane. I can't believe I'm doing this on the video. We Are Sasquatch. I'm about to go and watch We Are Sasquatch right now. And when I'm done, I'm going to come back and do this very spot. And I'm going to make an episode of the show recording what I think, and not just about what I think of the movie, but what it can help me learn and understand about movies in general, and as a filmmaker myself. I hope this becomes an educational experience for myself and others. My goal with this is to come out the other end of this podcast having a better understanding and appreciation for no-budget filmmaking, and considering what aspects of Joel's films I can learn from to make my own. So, about to go watch it right now. Really excited. I'll be right back.